Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having such an amazing week so far. So I just recently had somebody just ask me a question and my thoughts, and so I wanted to kind of share with you my thoughts of what I think. So here is one of the questions. So my question is, what are my thoughts on background checks when it comes to people doing background checks? And the answer to that is it is helpful, but to my opinion, when you own a business or thought about owning a business, I mean, I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't think it is helpful at times because let me explain why. So, when you have somebody working with you, it doesn't matter if you did a background check or not, you can still have that person steal money from you or cause a lot of things around your business. So let me give you an example. So when you do a background check on somebody, yes, it may say like example if somebody stole something when they were young or things, but it doesn't really what you call work as well. And let me give you an example of my example. Um, when you do a background check, there's a lot of things that they hold out on. Like, because I've seen a lot of background checks is like background from back in 1994 and back. It doesn't show what happened there. Or, or another thing is that a lot of background checks doesn't, support. And what I mean by support, it does not show what happened. Like let me give you an example. Somebody, like let's say, if somebody stole money from you, and which or did something really bad, it doesn't really support it. And as what I mean by support, it does not show it. Now I can say it is helpful when you do background checks because you can see what that person is, see if they're like, see their history about like what they've done either when they was a kid or now. But actually, believe it or not, it's going to be your decision on if you want to hire them or not. Now, the thing is, I always tell people, do not discriminate the person because of their past. Um, even if they, I'm just giving an example, even a person when they young stole a piece of candy from a store and they got in trouble for it. I mean, don't hold against somebody because of their past. Because let me tell you this way, I believe in second chances. I believe a lot about second chances. Now, it's going to be totally up to you if you decided to hire somebody depending on what they did or what they have done. But the thing is, I believe that I don't really think that background checks really work because like example, like police officers, you got to have a really clean record. You can't have nothing showing. But now we got police officers that has that, but yet they commit a crime. But the thing is, in my opinion, as long as they are doing good, as long as they do not, um, as long as your coworker is being honest with you and saying, "Hey, I did something wrong when I was young," or "I did something wrong 6 months ago," or "I did something wrong uh, recently." Just be honest. Let's say, "Hey, I really appreciate your honesty," and if you want to hire him, hire him. If you don't, then that's up to you. But thing is, I can tell you this right now. It's like it's like a little saying. Do not hold somebody against of what the past was, because it may happen to you where if the person, like example, owning their own business and they commit a crime and they did the time. Uh, Let me give you an example. If they did that, you should not have to be, I call it, good enough to to hold that against somebody else. And I always tell people, if you did something wrong back then, own up to your mistake, even if it's stealing a piece of candy or going to a place and or getting a trespassing charge or whatever. Don't hold that against somebody. And that's what I always tell people. And I'm just telling you this right now. Just because somebody did something back in the past doesn't mean you have to penalize them just because they're past. And that's what I don't, like about is because a lot of jobs, even if you recently commit a crime, even when you're doing the job, like if you work at a, bus service and you commit a crime, but when you were working there, don't just fire them because they're past. And it's stupid how it is because a lot of people want to judge people and want to hold that against them, knowing that you know, they don't, the past is the past. I mean, just because, we're all not perfect. I always tell people, I don't care if you're, claim you're Jesus Christ or you're the Messiah. You're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And I always tell people, if you have a past, own up to it, but yet don't discriminate them because they're past. I mean, that's what I don't like about how a lot of jobs and it's stupid how it is, how people would discriminate people. I mean, it's really stupid. I mean, as long as they learn their mistakes, as long as they don't like example, if they don't do it again, don't be like, well, I can't hire you because you're, you know, uh, a bad person, or I can't hire you because you stole. I mean, the thing is, my grandpa used to tell me, I would rather trust a thief than a liar. Because a liar, you can't tell if they're telling the truth or not, but a thief, you can tell that they're stealing. I mean, yes, I always recommend that yes, you can do a background check, but it's going to be up to you. Even if they did just say 20 years ago murdered somebody. I mean, yes, don't hire them if you don't want to, but don't hold that against them. And that's what I always tell people. Even if they did murder somebody 50 years ago and they just got out of jail, I mean, as long as they learned their lesson, then that's what I believe in. So, anyways, with that being said, guys, and let me kind of tell you guys real quick. If they do decide to steal or do something in your company, then that's when you can fire them and say, hey, I don't want you here because of, but thing is, don't just, when they're applying for a job, don't just held that to them against them because of their past. And that's what I always tell people. Don't hold that against them. Even if you own a multi-million-dollar business, don't hold that against them. Even if you have to, be like, okay, are you going to be good or not? I mean, don't hold that against them, I always tell people that. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you would, please give this video a like, subscribe, and don't forget to put on your post notifications so you won't miss any of my videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.